November 10th through the 16th. All right, so November 10th through the 16th, we're going to go Scorpio to Libra. I'll put timestamps in after the live so you can go back for those of you that did not make it. And say a quick hello to my adopted daughter.
Hi.
She's an Aquarius sun, y'all. They like to know the astrology.
Yeah.
So she's coming in and hanging out while we do these messages. All right. I'm going to jump in here and we're going to start with Scorpio. They'll pop on. Oh, yeah. All right. Use this deck for Scorpio. All right. You got the breathe card out of the wisdom of the oracle. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Take a deep breath. Could be a little bit of a pause, Scorpio. Could be a little bit of a pause this week. Maybe not a lot of action. Mercury did go retrograde or is going retrograde today. So starting out in Sagittarius, but it's moving right along. All right. So you are maybe waiting on something new to start. Oh, maybe looking for something powerful. We got that Tower card coming up. But Ace of Wands is kind of the overall energy. So you could be waiting on something new to start or be in the midst of something new and looking for some movement. So it could be life, love, or money. The challenge, Scorpio, this week is the Hierophant. So, of course, not really getting that. I don't think you're getting the results this week from a situation that you're looking for. So something may not be leveling up. I do think maybe you've recently begun something new or you're about to. I feel like you're either about to start something new or you've recently begun something new, but I don't think you're seeing a lot of movement. Now, I do think that you may potentially see some movement the next week, but more toward the new moon. Because your out comes the 8 of Wands, and you got the advice with the Page of Wands. So looking for that opportunity coming in. Kind of what you don't see coming is we've got the Tower with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So I think there's probably some talk, some communication, maybe looking towards something being better, but I don't think you're really seeing a lot of movement in your situation. Scorpio this week. I think it's kind of going to be a little bit of a slow week. Again, we don't always get immediate gratification when we plant new seeds. Let's get one card on this Page of Wands. Hello, everyone. Hey, Seven. Hey, Jennifer. Grassy. All right. So this Page of Wands, I'm going to get one card on that. All right. So there's potential, but I don't think you're realizing the finish line. So there could be, I'm not going to say there's no movement, Scorpio. There's a little bit of movement, but I feel like it's just kind of communication. It's talk. And it sounds really good, but nothing's set in stone. And you might be getting a little bit anxious. You might get just a little bit anxious going on there with the 8 of Wands because that is kind of an amped up energy. Just try to find yourself. Again, that's what comes in with your advice this week. Breathe. Okay, breathe is your advice this week. Still got the Tower and the Ace of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So you're not sure something's going to come, but I think you're actually really interested in it. So it could be a new person, Scorpio. It could be a new opportunity. It could be anything, but I don't think you're... just take a breath. Enjoy the journey. Try not to rush to the end. All right, try not to rush to the end. So we're just going to do some quick messages. Let's move on to Sagittarius. I'm just looking at November 10th through the 16th. Just this coming week. All right, we got chop wood. Yeah, this is that, the old Buddhist saying, chop wood, carry water, step by step, taking those steps, keep taking that action as you're moving forward with what you're doing. So this could be a little bit of a slow week. Mercury entering, going retrograde, and also Jupiter goes retrograde on Tuesday on that 11/11 portal. So with all that going on, and the Pisces and Saturn in Pisces is rounding up its retrograde at the end of the month. So it could be a little bit of a slow week for some. But chop wood, carry water. You're just going to have to keep going through the steps. You may not see the results. I think there's a lot about finding balance. I don't know if there's really a lot about results with the Four of Cups being on the bottom of the deck, Sagittarius. But I do think that the work you're doing will get results in the future with the Chariot behind that. So I think what you're doing now, you are going to be seeing some results in the future from what you're doing now. So we got the Knight of Cups. The challenge is the Two of Wands. Maybe you don't really feel like that you're really moving into the future, or you don't really feel like that you're moving forward. With that Two of Wands on the Knight of Cups, but your advice is finding balance. It's the Justice card. And what I like about this with the Light Seers is she's really looking. And when you look at it in the reverse, you see she's really looking into herself. She's looking down and looking deep, kind of into that shadow. That's kind of her shadow self. And but she's really just trying to find that balance. So I think that's focusing on yourself. I think there's going to be some clarity coming in. You take a deeper dive maybe into your situation. There could be clarity about something you can do moving forward. It could be clarity about a situation, about a direction you're going. I think this is more of a deep dive in. It's not about results this week with the Four of Cups, and maybe it's not something that you want to do. Sometimes there is that case that you don't want to take that deep dive within, or you don't want to look deeper at a situation. But while you're not really making on a 3D level, big progress this week, you are finding clarity that you need and maybe finding a direction. So I definitely like this chop wood. So it's chop wood, carry water, do what needs to be done. I think you're waiting on an opportunity. There could be an opportunity that does come in for some of you that you're having to think about, but more so I feel like that this is something where it's more of a deep dive within Sagittarius this week into a situation and finding a direction forward and finding some clarity that you potentially need. So it's almost like it's kind of beneath the surface what's going on for you this week. So it's not like you're getting real world results, but there's something kind of almost with a energy that's going on behind the scenes. Almost a little bit of something there. All right, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, what do we got for kind of an energy? You got the why card. Why? Why me? Why me? Why is this happening? Why? We've all been there. Something may not make sense is more of it. I don't know that I feel so much that you're kind of bemoaning your luck, but you're like, why is this happening? Or, why right now? The timing couldn't be worse for this. It's kind of that kind of energy with that. All right. Couple of aces. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. So bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. And coming in, the first card out was the Ace of Pentacles. There is something about this opportunity, Capricorn, that doesn't feel right to you. Justice is the challenge. Justice is the challenge. Maybe it's something that doesn't really benefit you. Seven of Swords is the result, and I'll clarify that in a minute since it is the Seven of Swords. But your advice is the Nine of Cups. You got to do what's best for you. Nine of Cups is personal wish fulfillment. You've got to do what's best for you. So with that Ace of Pentacles, let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So there is something coming up. Another Ace. Ace of Pentacles clarified by the Ace of Wands. So there's a new opportunity. Is it one that maybe you don't feel like you can take? Maybe the timing feels off about something, because Seven of Swords is clarified by the Page of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So there is something in this opportunity that maybe you don't feel is the right step for you, or the timing could be off. What's on the bottom here of this deck? Truth be told. So, I don't know if this is something, this is really interesting energy. If this is not something you're looking for, a new opportunity coming in that you weren't really looking for, and maybe you don't feel like you can do something that's for yourself. Something doesn't feel fair with justice in your challenge. Something doesn't feel fair. And but there's 3 aces showing up. Let's see what this 9 of Cups is. This is an interesting energy. 9 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. I don't know if there's just some way you can't make something happen and you're very frustrated this week. Now, I would say if you come into a situation, Capricorn, that you want to do something but you're not sure how to make it happen, don't give up trying to find a solution on how to make it happen, how to make it work. This could be something from a purchase or something of that nature. This could be anything that's going on with that 7 of Wands. I think if you still, on the 7 of Wands, maybe you might give up too easily. There could be a situation where you give up a little bit too easily. Watch out for that this week. Watch out for that. Something doesn't feel fair. Yeah, there is that. Or maybe there's something you're having to turn down because you feel like you're committed already. And you don't want to break that commitment. That's probably a good thing. Don't do anything underhanded, because I think it'll come back on you. So don't break out a commitment to go do something more fun. That could come up. Somebody could do you that way as well. I don't know. Y'all have to come back and tell me about that. It's interesting energy, Capricorn. That's interesting, huh, Kelsey?
I want this one.
That's what you want for Aquarius. Okay,
yeah, I want that one for Aquarius.
All right. So any of y'all that didn't see, we'll get to Taurus. I'm starting with Scorpio and making my way around to Libra. So for any of y'all that didn't see, this is my adopted daughter, Kelsey. She's an Aquarius.
Yeah, a big one.
A big one.
Not a little one. A big one.
So yeah, we'll let her pick that out. Got a little company this week.
Yeah, I was off. I finally had a off day. I don't really get too many of those, so decided I'd come spend it with my mom.
What do we got here? We got that shuffle. Let's get one of these.
What we got?
I'm gonna get you an oracle card too. So one in there I wanted. It says to the sea. To the sea. This is kind of a travel card. This is something where you're kind of moving on. Real 6 of Swords energy. So to the sea, something, it's a 7 energy. The bottom, we got that truth be told. So something may be coming out. When I think of a 6 of Swords energy, something may change for Aquarius this week because a truth comes out. All right, so this could bring about a change. There could be clarity on a situation.
Ooh, I could use that.
You could use some truth coming out. I know you
I could use some truth coming out. Truth be told.
Truth be told. Silly. We got the High Priestess. Okay, this is the first one out, and it's dropping all over the floor. But I think this is something that maybe has been hidden. Maybe something that's been hidden to come out with the High Priestess. The challenge is the 8 of Swords being up in your head. Try not to overthink it. Let things happen. I feel like that with the to the sea, with that 7 energy, there is some energy working in your favor. Now, you may get very frustrated this week with the 8 of Swords about some different things going on. So this is probably something you Aquarians know that's going on, that you're waiting for it to be revealed. The advice is the 10 of Pentacles, so that's great. This is going to be resolved. I think this will get resolved a lot quicker than what you expect, Aquarius. 5 of Wands coming up. 5 of Wands coming up. A little bit of conflict, a little bit of competition. I don't think whatever this is will actually come out super easily. 10 of Swords. All right. So you need to make sure with your situation that you keep documentation.
Yeah.
Is what I think for you. So I'm definitely picking up on yours. Now, I think all's well that ends well, Aquarius, if any of you resonate with something. This is something you know that's going on that you're kind of waiting to, when I say truth comes out, it's kind of a situation you're waiting to kind of come back around. And the Ten of Pentacles is world energy. And so with that, that's what the world is about, things coming full circle. And so, and there's could actually be that you feel like your situation's changing as well, but a little bit frustrated because it's your intuition talking to you, so you don't have any evidence that things are changing.
Yeah.
But I still feel like, so there could be some frustration this week. But I think by the end of the week, there is going to, now this could pull up with the Five of Wands. This could pull up a little extra tension. And we see the Ten of Swords. But look at this, Ten of Pentacles, and then on the bottom, Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups. So something is wrapping up this week for Aquarius.
I can need it. It needs to wrap up.
Something is wrapping up. That's 3 tens. And so something is for sure wrapping up. And I think it's something that has been bothering you. So this could be anything from your finances to relationship troubles, work, whatever your situation is. But something is, and you've kind of, you're anxious. But it's been on there, and it's going to be, obviously, it's not going to be comfortable. Five of Wands, but then we got the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups, but it's going to work out well. And that's what the advice is telling you with the Ten of Pentacles. So something's wrapping up this week. Should be exciting. Make sure and let me know, kiddo.
You know I will.
All right.
You know I will.
Yeah, something's wrapping up this week for Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, Pisces. All right. It says exchanging gifts. So we've got a mutually beneficial venture for Pisces. Something that's really mutually beneficial. There could be some sort of a reunion. They got mending. Could be somebody you haven't seen in a while as well. It doesn't even have to be somebody that's been out of your life, Pisces. But exchanging gifts, I do feel there is some sort of a gift coming in for you. Let's see what else we got, Pisces. All right, what else do we have? Exchanging gifts. But I feel something about a mutually. So anything that comes in, like, if it's something you're grateful for this week, Pisces, the other person is grateful that, they've got you. So if it's like a new job or a new relationship, like they're super grateful. They're super grateful to have you. So we got the King of Swords. So that's definitely talking about communication. Ace of Cups is the challenge card. It's in the challenge position with the Ace of Cups. So something new may not exactly begin. Okay, there's like a little bit of uncertainty. Kind of embracing the unknown is your advice with the Moon card. Listening to your intuition. This feels like it's something good. Three of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. Sorry, kid. Three of Cups is on the bottom of the deck, and underneath that is Justice. So this feels like this could be the right place, right opportunity, that you are really looking forward to this, Pisces, but maybe feeling a little bit impatient. So if this is something new, there's nothing set in stone. There's nothing set in stone, but it feels good on both ends. So I'm just letting you know, if you meet somebody new and you're wondering how they feel about you, they feel good about you. They're, again, that exchanging gifts is telling me that they feel good about you, Pisces. If it's about a new job or if it's about some money you're waiting to come into, it looks like it's coming in, but I think it'll be kind of maybe the next week. And potentially this could be timing. So it could come in maybe around the new moon in Scorpio on the 19th, which would be maybe a week and a half away, or it could come in maybe about that full moon. But there is something coming in, so something could begin maybe around the 19th or maybe around the beginning of December. But there is a communication coming in, and it looks really, really good. And there is an offer coming. There is something with a little bit of delay, so it might be more around that new moon in Scorpio since we're doing, looking at kind of weekly energy. So anyway, that looks good, Pisces. I've been getting some really good energy on Pisces, girl.
You don't like Pisces.
Well, you just don't like some Pisces.
Every Pisces. Every Pisces.
Don't be upsetting our family here.
I'm sorry, Pisces.
Because we got any Pisces.
But I can't even say like I dislike Pisces men or Pisces women. I have had conflict with a Pisces man, and I am having conflict now with a Pisces woman. I can't with Pisces. I'm just, it does not work.
Y'all comment the sign below.
Yeah, let me know where the Pisces at. I'm actually.
No, not that. What sign they have trouble with since you're going off on your soapbox.
I mean, that too, but I want the Pisces so I can like steer clear.
She's got a coworker right now with the Pisces.
Yeah, she's.
All right, we are going to move on to Aries. Aries. And then we'll do Taurus. Somebody was asking about Taurus a while ago.
Yeah, we didn't forget about you.
No way. Okay, so we've got with Aries with breathe. And the bottom of the deck is yin. So you got the breathe card and you got yin. And so I feel like everything's happening in the time it's supposed to. If that helps you to kind of hang on to anything, Aries, things are happening the way they're supposed to. And it's about kind of embracing the flow, knowing everything's okay. Yep. All right. Interesting. Oh, looks like you could have a good week, a nice win. Maybe something you've been waiting on. Strength card with the 6 of Pentacles. Strength card with the 6 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. There is something coming in that's going to relieve some of your burdens. I do think that you are going to see an improvement in your situation, whatever you're dealing with. But I feel like that you are going to see improvement, that you are going to feel almost like the world energy is giving me that you're going to find some comfort in where you are. And that goes along with the breathe and the yin card as well. All right, that goes along with the breathe. So I feel like your Aries, you're finding some definite comfort, maybe getting comfortable with where you're at, where your life's at, getting comfortable if you're, in a job or in a relationship. There's something where you're kind of settling in, it feels like. Now, the challenge is the Ace of Cups. There's not really anything concrete. I don't mind this Ace of Cups being in the challenge because your energy feels like you're kind of getting comfortable with where you're at and you're getting comfortable in your own skin. You're feeling good about the way things are going. But you're going on faith, Aries. You're not believing it. You're just decided everything's going to work out for you. Whether it's life, love, or money, you have just decided everything's going to work out. The Chariot is the advice, and that's definitely what you should continue. I feel like you're really embodying that energy more than I have when I've read for the other signs so far for this week, but you're really you're going on faith. You don't have any concrete belief that there's something new coming in, but you're still like, yeah, something new's coming in. All right. And I feel like I love the energy of the Knight of Wands for you as the outcome. And that's the energy you want to keep. Very focused on victory, a little cocky, a little self-assured, but still in a calm place. Because I still feel like that you've claimed a victory already. By the end of this week, something is happening. If you don't feel this way now, I definitely feel like something's happening by the end of the week that you're claiming a victory that's there for yourself, Aries, even though you can't really see it. This is nice energy because I don't often see where, and there's a little bit of time before it comes. Because the middle of the deck is the Four of Swords and the King of Swords. So you've got a little bit of time. I definitely think something is definitely coming in a way that what you're feeling, Aries, before the end of the year. But I don't know that it's coming in November. I think you've still got a little bit of a wait. But you really are feeling, you're in a good vibe this week. You're in a good vibe this week. And the importance about that is maintaining it. Oh, that's Aries. We're halfway done. All right. Taurus. So we're going Scorpio to Libra. After the live, I'll put some timestamps in for those of you that watch later. just to pick up on a little energy this week. All right, Taurus. Clean it up. Clean it up. What are you going to take care of? What's weighing on your mind? What's something that you need to take care of this week? This could be your junk room. It could be your junk drawer. It could be your bank account, getting on and looking things up. It could be getting in and making sure you don't have any unwanted subscriptions, anything that needs to be cleaned up, anything that needs to be taken care of. This is about Taurus. There's something this week about, and this could be somebody coming in to you that wants to maybe clean up something from the past. The bottom of the deck is the regeneration card. I felt like initially for you that there is something, because underneath that is time for a nap. Regeneration and time for a nap. So there could be something you don't want to deal with. There could be somebody coming in. There could be somebody coming in that's dealing from the past, because that regeneration, and you're not wanting to deal with them either. So there feels like there's something you don't want to deal with this week. Feels like there could be something you don't want to deal with. Let's see what else we have for Taurus. Nine of Swords coming out. The challenge is the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely feeling like you don't want to deal with something, but whatever this is, it's time to clean it up. You heard it. We got the Magician. The outcome is the Eight of Pentacles, so you are going to deal with it. We see the Eight of Swords coming up on the bottom of the deck. I mean, I think this is causing you a lot more harm just not dealing with it and worrying about having to deal with it. So there just could be any number of things that's going on. It could be an everyday sort of chore that you're putting off, Taurus. But there is something that once you deal with it and get into it, then, you're feeling better. I feel like even with the Eight of Pentacles, you're like, once you just settle down and decide that you're going to deal with this, Taurus, I see that it really opens up. It opens you up for sure. But I think you would rather, I love that under regeneration, it was the time for a nap card, because I think you would rather do most anything than, I feel like that you would rather do most anything than deal with this. Let's clarify that Eight of Pentacles for you. Is it going to be fun? Let's get two cards. I mean, you are starting to take care of it. Yeah, I think what it is, I think in time, you're going to actually see things. It's not going to get all fixed up this week, Taurus. Three of Pentacles with the Four of Swords, but the Four of Swords means it's not over. The Four of Swords is a rest before moving in, but you are getting and making progress. So I do think you are going to see some positive results. Whatever it is, it's not going to be that big, and there is going to help. It is leading you into a major transformation, and there's on the bottom of the deck now the Death card, and Two of Cups is underneath that. So this is only going to benefit you, Taurus, to go ahead and take care of this, or to do what you're not really wanting to do. It's only going to benefit you. And I do think you will put some energy into it, but you're definitely not wanting to, and I feel like you'll put it off. So it might be something later in the week, Taurus. All right, Gemini. What do we have for Gemini? Gemini. All right. Not for you. Not for you. All right, so something's coming in either, and we got the here and now. So there could be, let's see what's going on. It's coming in. It's not for you. Is it something you just decided it's not for you, or is there something that you used to think was for you, but now you're in a different time frame and you're kind of on a different level, because it says here and now. So you're in the present. You're like, this isn't for me. So you could be letting go of something too. This is a good win. But you're a little bit, you're turning something down. We got the Strength card. We got the Strength card coming on the bottom of the deck, and underneath that is the Judgment. So you're really pulling deep, Gemini, on a Judgment and saying, this isn't for me. Not for me. Not for me. I don't think it's for me. And I think it's a big step. It's a major victory. We've got the Six of Wands. It's a major victory. Now, the challenge is the Knight of Wands. You're going to have to make a quick decision. Those always suck, huh? You got to go from, you're going to have to make a decision a little bit on the fly, Gemini. And I know, even for a Gemini, that makes you nervous.
I always make my worst decisions on the fly.
But not always. Sometimes you just are pressed, and it's just the way it is. It's either a yes or it's a no, or but it feels like that you don't have a lot of time. You don't have a lot of time to think about this with the Knight of Wands. You're just going to have to charge in because your advice is the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm telling you, there's not a lot of time, and you are going to have to make a decision quickly. And I'm going to clarify this Ten of Swords, but you got the Ten of Swords as the outcome. Strength on the bottom. So there could be something where maybe there's a little bit of second guessing the energy. Okay. So Ten of Swords, Three of Wands, but the Nine of Pentacles. So I think this is good. Trust your gut. Listen to your intuition. I think there's going to be something comes in and you're like, this is not the right direction for me. Could be a job, could be a person, could be subcommunication, whatever you're being asked, you're like, nope, this isn't the right thing for me. For whatever reason, I think maybe you'll go back with that Knight of Wands and the challenge and kind of go over things. Once you decide it's not for you, just let it go. Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, and then we got the Two of Wands, so that Five of Swords, it's just going to halt your progress moving forward if you go back over it. Let it go. Once you decide something is not for you, and I feel like that's exactly what's going to come up for those Geminis that resonate. I feel like that as soon as things like that come up, you're going to say, okay, yeah, this isn't for me. Your first reaction, your gut, Gemini, is going to be like, this just isn't the right way for me. And you need to stick with that. Don't go second guessing yourself. All right. All right, so we're going to move on to Cancer.
Yeah, so I can let my sister know how her week's going to go.
I was going to say your sister's, and you're Cancer.
I'm Cancer moon.
You're Cancer moon, that's right. All right, Cancer. Let's go with this one. Milk and honey. Oh, this looks good for Cancer.
Oh.
Milk and honey, and that rainbow is right there. Milk and honey is, of course, nectar of the gods. Nectar of the gods. And we got serendipity, just some really good luck. Right place, right time. Just something kind of, serendipity. It's kind of something that's just a little sweet that happens just when you need it most. So there definitely could be a little sweet moment, a little moment of, I like that. Something good, Cancer. Pisces got a good one, too. Might be a good week for water signs. See what we have here, Cancer. Knight of Pentacles, making some progress. So you're it's almost a part of gratitude. Something's coming in that you're grateful for. You feel like there's progress. You're not at the end of the road. Nobody is. That's coming up. 10 of Pentacles in the challenge. It's really coming up as a theme this week that maybe everybody's just recently begun something new, but it's kind of an energy in the air. You're not exactly where you want to be, but even though the 10 of Pentacles is the challenge, the overall energy is you are making progress. You feel like you're making solid progress with whatever you're doing. We got a lot of court cards. There could be some people involved. Maybe you're dealing with something with a family or at work. You could be making some progress forward with that. King of Swords. I'm going to clarify a little bit because you're getting some courts. But we got the Five of Swords as the outcome. I'm going to clarify the King of Swords and the Five of Swords. Okay. You're very sure. You should be very sure about which direction that you're going. You should be pretty confident in yourself, and I think you are. Queen of Cups on the bottom, so I definitely feel like that's you. I feel like you're pretty confident. I think once you decide something, definitely stick with it and start taking action. Even if it's small action, I think it's really going to make you feel better. So once you decide on which direction you're going, Cancer, or you make a decision on something, immediately start taking whatever action you can, because I definitely think that's going to make you feel better. You can make a plan and then not act on it, and I think you could miss a little bit of an opportunity or a bit of good luck. I almost feel like with the milk and honey and the serendipity cards coming up from the wisdom of the oracle, Cancer, is that you could really run into a very fortunate time. So there could be something that gets you almost a quick acceptance. I don't know what that is. If you're getting out and dating, if you're doing some kind of a deadline, if you are, don't put anything off this week. Watch out for procrastination. Watch out for procrastination this week. Again, and once you make a decision on something, I feel like there will be an opportunity for you to take action, especially with the Queen of Cups coming up on the bottom of the deck. And you need to go ahead and use that opportunity and don't put off. So this is definitely not a week to procrastinate because I think you could miss a very fortunate window. Yeah. Tell your sister that.
Heard that. Me too. I'm like trying to procrastinate either.
Yeah, no procrastinating for Cancers because I think there's a little bit of a fortunate window coming in, and I think that Cancer could really benefit from that.
Let me text her right now. Do not procrastinate this week.
What we got? Leo. Let's see what's going on. Leo. The tribe. I think you're really finding, maybe you're spending, you could be doing something where you're spending time with family or with a group that feels like family, a good group of, kind of your tribe, that maybe feeling a sense of belonging as well. And I think you're feeling, maybe you're feeling like you're actually getting a fair shake. Maybe the scales, it says to be fair. And the tribe. So there could be something where you're recouping some good fortune because of some, maybe a little pay it forward energy that you're receiving on. Maybe you've always helped a lot of people and you're coming into a point where you need help and you're getting that help and receiving it this week, Leo. So I definitely feel like there's a little bit of energy of maybe a little karma coming back around in a good way, like getting a little karmic payback this week, Leo.
Okay.
That's not bad. We like those moments. And you got the Ace of Wands. Now, there could be somebody that links you in. Yeah, they could introduce you to someone new. Could be romantic. There could be something coming up with there's a new job opportunity. We've got the Two of Pentacles in the challenge. So you could be back a little bit back and forth about whether to accept this. This could even be something, I feel like, that with the tribe as well, you could probably be asked to a social event and maybe want to not go. You should go. Nine of Cups is your advice. You could meet someone. There could be something with a job or life opportunity. So you could meet someone a little bit, you could meet someone that would like help you along in another area. You could go to some party and meet someone and you've been looking for a new job and they're like, hey, my company's hiring. You're like, oh, I've always been interested in that company. Very fortunate energy with that. And we do have the Empress as your outcome. So I like that as well. I think there's some good news coming in for you, but I also feel like that there's probably a lot of help coming the way. So the good news is coming via maybe somebody you've helped or somebody that's a friend or a family member, or even at a social event for a friend or family member, and something that's maybe even unrelated comes in. Let's look. I just felt something fall. I'm going to get that in a second. Let's look at this Ace of Wands. And you've got the Seven of Wands. So I think that whatever, almost that ace feels like it's an invitation. Yeah. There's an opportunity coming for you this week. It's coming through either somebody you've helped or, I don't know, it's like karmic payback. Like it's just a bit of good fortune and maybe through someone you've helped or, but we got the Page of Wands, Yeah, Knight of Cups, Page of Wands. You got an opportunity coming in. It's really good. I think it's a very there's almost something really good happens. And definitely could be some karmic payback, somebody you helped that it's like coming back around. Definitely some world energy where things are coming full circle, Leo. But I also feel like that maybe some of you may go somewhere that you don't really want to go, and it ends up working out really well. Like it works out really well in your favor. So I wouldn't turn down any invitations, Leo. Not this week. All right, almost done. Virgo and Libra. Virgo rising, yeah, my kid. Virgo rising like me.
Yes.
Virgo rising like me. Hello, Gorilla. All right, so let's move on to Virgo and see what we got for this week. And I'll get some timestamps in here in a little bit. Blessed. Ooh.
Oh.
You got that blessed card. Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw it at you.
I caught it though.
You got your blessed.
I caught it.
And the bottom of the deck is fork in the road. So there is a big blessing coming in. What's the number on that one? 22. And fork in the road.
You said 22?
On the blessed card, it's a 22. That's your birthday? Okay. All right. But there is a big blessing. I don't know. Oh, okay. All right, Virgo, there's a big blessing, but it's fork in the road. It's going to kind of maybe lead you, if you accept this blessing or if you move on, it's like maybe you're moving into a new cycle. It's time to decide, are you going to go right or are you going to go left? You're going to go right or left, Virgo. So there is something coming up this week. It's really good news, but maybe it is causing you to question something else, or maybe you're having to really stop and maybe rearrange how to make something happen. First card out, we got the Page of Wands. Obviously, there's a communication coming in. The challenge is you're not sure. Okay, the transformation's definitely not happening this week, but maybe you're not sure that it's the direction that you're really wanting to go. I don't think it's something bad, but you're just not sure this is the direction you want to go for some of you. Lots of uncertainties. Really listen to your intuition with the Moon card. There may be a little bit that you're not going to be able to get it all figured out. You're not going to have 100% guarantee or have it all figured out. But we do have the Queen of Swords, so I do feel a little bit of energy that there is a bit of something with a quick decision. I feel like you're a little back and forth. 10 of Swords, 6 of Cups, the Tower, the 2 of Swords. It kind of comes out of nowhere. Something unexpected. You would like a little more time to make this decision. You're not completely certain. A little bit, feeling a little bit insecure if you should go this direction. Yeah. I think you would like more information before you make a decision, but I don't think you're going to get it, Virgo. I think you're going to have to make a decision without all the facts. You're going to have to go with your gut on this one. Let's see what this Queen of Swords is for the outcome. So that is, all right. So you're going to try to buy a little more time. You may not make a decision right now. You may be able to get a little more time, but ultimately, Queen of Swords with the Hangman. I also feel like you may just have to look at this a lot differently. I feel like that you're pretty excited about it. There's a lot of major arcana coming up. Justice, the Devil, the Star. But you're wanting to slow things down and maybe see if you can get more information. Maybe. For some of you, potentially. But for some of you, I think you're going to have to make a decision based on the information you have. Maybe a little bit, you're kind of afraid of putting yourself out there. If you're meeting a new person, you may be a little bit afraid of putting yourself out there. If it's a life opportunity, like a job or something with your life, you may be a little uncertain or insecure if that's because you have some of the facts and they seem good, but it's like you want more security before you make a decision. I'm not sure you're going to get it. Even if you buy yourself a little time, I'm not sure you're going to get it. So I think you're kind of going to have to go with your gut on this and say yes or no. All right, let's wrap up with Libra. Libra.
Ooh. Libra.
We got us a Libra friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just texted Kelsey before we've been planning for a couple of weeks for Kelsey to come over and sit in on a live with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like I said, I am always at
time
work.
to go.
I am always at work.
Time to go, girl. Look at that.
Ooh.
For Libra.
It sure was time to go.
It was time to go. She left that job too, but she was moving too, so I wonder.
Yeah.
But flexible. Oh.
Ooh. Don't
Okay.
scam me like that. I don't want my friend to leave.
I know. Time to go, but flexible on the bottom. Don't be ready to rush out, Libra. Don't be ready to rush out. Don't rush away. Don't rush into or out of anything right now, Libra. Take your time. Take your time. Yes. There you are, the Justice card, Libra energy, but you're going to have to find a little bit of balance before you make a set decision. I feel like you may be a little bit restricted. The Emperor is in your challenge. All right, this week. So you could be a little bit restricted. We've got the Page of Cups. There could be something that you're like going to just immediately say no to. With that Page of Cups and your advice, I think you need to look at it. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. I think there's something coming in, and when you think about it, maybe you're not ready to let go, or maybe there's more than meets the eye to this. And so I feel like you're almost ready just to something coming in this week, just to like hardcore say no, or you're about ready to jet out of a situation. And I think that there's a little bit of energy of hanging around just a little bit. Yeah. All right, so there could be something where maybe you are really looking for an out on a situation, but I don't think the opportunity that comes in this week, Libra, is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Nine of Pentacles with the Five of Swords. All is not as it seems. So for sure, before you say yes or no to something, you need to look deeper this week. Before you say yes or no, there's more to find out. We got the Seven of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords. You definitely could be missing something. I feel like there's a detail or there's something you're missing that would cause you to make a different decision. I feel like there's something going on that would cause you to make a different decision if you noticed it. So whatever this situation is, if it's a job, if it's a relationship, maybe you don't have all the information and you're getting more information, but I don't think that this week is the time to leave. I think you need to hang on just a little bit longer. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Judgment, and underneath it is the Moon. I think there's more information coming in. If there is something you were waiting to say goodbye to, like a relationship or a job or something, I would hold off until after the new moon in Scorpio. I think you've got more information coming in that would cause you to make a different decision, Libra. All right, that was just a quick look at the week ahead. We'll get live again this week. There's information on personal readings in the description box down below. Thank you for everyone that's been here. You guys hit me a thumbs up if you feel led to, and I will see you again soon.